Get it. Got it. Good.
Alright guys, this one's going to be doing a review today. This one's going to be doing a review for Gen V. This one's going to be doing another discussion video for today. We're going to be talking about a brand new poster that just got revealed for Gen V Season 2. So I'm assuming that this is the main key art for Gen V Season 2. I wanted to kind of go into a few things because apparently, according to what Eric Kripke said on his Instagram yesterday, apparently they are going to be showing up at San Diego Comic-Con. Now, we know The Boys in general is going to be a big presence there this year, which I am very excited for because I'm really excited to see what The Boys has for us. I feel like this franchise is hitting an all-time peak right now because, you know, we got Gen V coming out in September. We got The Boys final season coming out next year, probably summer of next year. We've got Vought Rising entering production in like a week, so there's going to be a lot of stuff to talk about there. And then there's still that Mexico show that I know they've been acknowledging a little bit here and there. Which the Mexico show almost feels like a distant thing at this point. It almost feels like, okay, like that's, you know, a ways away. But anyway, Gen V is going to be showing up. Apparently, the full trailer for Season 2 is supposed to be at this thing. So, once we get that, we will definitely be giving our thoughts on it. I think the event is tomorrow for Gen V, so we will, you know, talk about the trailer when that comes out. Same thing with anything releasing for Dexter, same thing releasing for The Walking Dead, all those, you know, franchises that we cover here on the channel. But I really did like this poster, actually, and I thought it kind of caught my eye at first, you know. I like the blue, the red. I like the vibes, you know what I mean? It's very unique, you know, and I like the look of it. It overall kind of looks like a, like almost like a classic Boys poster, you know what I mean? It kind of has that vibe to it, which I feel like this season, one of the things that I feel like they did listen to the fans about after Season 1 is more of, you know, the connections and more of the, you know, just stuff related to the original show, you know, because people are watching Gen V to get connections to the original show, you know what I mean? Some people are watching Gen V just for Gen V, but a lot of people are watching it because it's connected to the world of The Boys. So, you know, a lot of people are kind of sitting there saying like, okay, we'd like to see more, you know what I mean? We'd like to see more of what this is. So, you know, it makes sense. It definitely makes sense. So I think they're trying to make it very obvious that this season will connect more, which is why I'm very curious about this season. You know, I'm curious to see how far they're going to go with it, how many connections we're going to get. Obviously, in the original series right now, our characters are, I guess, spoiler warning if you haven't seen the original show. I don't know why you'd be watching Gen V if you haven't watched the original show, but I guess spoiler warning for The Boys main series. There you go. At the end of the original series of The Boys Season 4, our characters were captured, and obviously they were all taken separately, and they were all kind of just, you know, ambushed, you know what I mean? And they were taken into this prison camp, which is, assuming so, is the same one that Kate and Sam has them locked up in and Homelander in Season 2 of Gen V. So there's probably going to be connections here and there, you know what I mean? I've also heard rumors that Huey could be involved, which would make sense, given the fact that, you know, that we're in the same timeline. And I believe that this season is going to be leading up to the events that all kind of build up to the final season of The Boys. So this is a crucial thing to watch, I would say. You know, which y'all know my pet peeves with forced spinoffs. I definitely think they're forcing this one on people for sure. But I'm hoping that it's good, and I'm hoping that it's enjoyable, and I'm hoping that it leads up to the final season of The Boys in a good way, you know what I mean? Because I think that's kind of the purpose of this second season that they're going to really force on you, is by the time that this season ends, I feel like we're going to be at the rate of like, okay, where is the final season? You know what I'm saying? Like, where's the final season of The Boys? So I feel like they're going to do that. It's going to be a big commercial for the final season, which again, in a way is really cool because you're labeling it. In another way, I kind of wish this show was strong enough to stand on its own, but I feel like they'll do a decent enough job because we know that, as far as I know, Gen V is not ending, The Boys is. So I'm curious to see how this is going to stand alone after The Boys is done. And how far and how many seasons do they necessarily want to do for Gen V is the other kind of question I have. So we'll have to see what they end up doing. All I'm saying, though, is that I'm curious on, you know, how it's going to go. I feel like this could be a really good season. I feel like there's a lot of chances for them to make a good season. I really do. And I am hopeful that they can finally, you know, kind of start making this a bit more of a point and kind of just really bring, you know, a certain life to the franchise, you know what I'm saying? Because The Boys, obviously, a lot of people are saying that, you know, Season 4 of The Boys was not good, and they need to wrap it up. I disagree. I think The Boys Season 4 was freaking fantastic. Was it the weakest season? For sure. Yeah, definitely. But it was still a great season, and I'm looking forward to seeing what the 5th season has to offer. I think they got a great ending, in store for us. I really do. I think they've really cooked with this one, and I'm very confident with everything I've heard, honestly. I'm very confident that The Boys is going to end in a really good way. I honestly have no doubt in my mind. But the one thing I'm curious on is how this is gonna build up to that. You know what I mean? So I'm curious, you know what I'm saying? So of course we're gonna be reviewing every episode. I heard y'all, a lot of people are saying, Dan, are you gonna be reviewing it? Like, are you gonna review season 2? Yup, we're here for it. We're gonna review season 2. I review everything Boys related pretty much. So I mean, you get an automatic for me. I'm always gonna talk about The Boys. It's one of my favorite active franchises, and it's fun. It's exciting. It's gory. It's outrageous. You know what I mean? They don't really care. They just say what they want to say. You know what I mean? It's that type of TV that I gravitate towards the most. I don't know if that's just the Canadian in me or something, but I love offensive humor, and The Boys brings that 24/7. So I love that. And I love the style. I love the way it is, So all I can hope for is that this is a faithful spinoff season to lead us into the final season of The Boys. That's all I ask. And that this also, though, at the same time, stands alone as a great show as its own, right? That's what I'm hoping for. Not just a show for the connections, a show because this season actually is really good. You know what I mean? That's kind of the expectation I have for it, at least. But again, we'll have to see what ends up happening. So if you're new to the channel, guys, and you enjoy videos like this, guys, make sure to click subscribe so you don't miss any of the videos. Make sure to follow me on Dan's Reviews Official on Instagram, guys. And of course, I'll see you guys really soon for more videos for The Boys and Gen V. Enjoy the rest of your day, guys, and peace out.
Born in the dark alleys, city of concrete. Dan's reviews blowing up, never taste defeat. Walking Dead dissected every plot twist beat. World gone mad, TV junkies did a treat. Typing up scripts, marathon through the night. His opinions hit harder than a straight fight scene. Every episode, brain sharper than a knife. He's the beacon of critique, shedding TV light.